Spirituality is most often seen expressed through the practicing of religion and is widely described as a positive state of mind that is experienced by most people.
Come on, skinny love, just let's sing it. For a little soul we will never hear. My.
The optimism construct is very similar to and often described as another, hope. So while spirituality is seen as a positive state of mind, it is theorized that an increase in spirituality may also lead to an increase in both hope and optimism. We surveyed 16 students for a total of 7 days. After measuring initial optimism levels, 8 of these students completed daily prayer journals and were surveyed again with the same test at the end of the week for fluctuations in optimism levels. To compare with this group, the other 8 students were used as a control group which completed no journals over the week but took the same optimism surveys at the beginning and the end to compare levels and fluctuations with the experimental group.
I'm holding all the tickets, and you'll be holding all the fines.
In a way, yeah, because you're like growing closer to God, and I feel it helps you grow closer to God when you prayer journal as opposed to praying.
I don't think so necessarily, because oftentimes it's more of your emotions being driven in a prayer journal. So a lot of times those emotions can be negative, and more it's just like letting it all out to God.
Yes, I would, just in the case of kind of my own personal experience of being optimistic to do something different, like prayer journaling.
And I told you to be fine.
Yeah, I did, just because I was more optimistic of kind of worshiping in a different way and kind of taking time and taking a prayer journal, because I've never really done that before, so I consider that kind of part of my optimism of being optimistic to do something different than what I've ever done before.
I did. Well, like I just said, I grew closer to God because when I'm writing down my thoughts, I'm focusing more on what I want to say to Him, whereas when I'm praying, I kind of like my mind wanders and my thoughts aren't exactly focused on God all the time.
Yes, because for me, it's my way, especially at night, just to talk to God on more of a personal level.
It kind of gave me time to sit down with my thoughts. I think that I'm more likely to kind of just pray throughout my day. That's what I'm used to.
In fact, the control group's optimism fluctuations were extremely similar to the experimentals, save for those who experienced a significant event over the course of the 7-day study. On average, the prayer journaler's optimism levels changed by just 1.8 points on a 0 to 24 point scale. So, did spirituality affect optimism? Not really. While we discovered that an increased commitment in faith actually increased the students' sense of connection to God and spirituality, it did not exactly affect their optimism levels themselves.
I won't ease your strain. You'll be waiting in vain. I got nothing for you to